What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Let's get right into it. Here to bring you an NBA trade prediction video for Mason Plumlee. I believe the veteran big man will be traded to the Boston Celtics by the NBA trade deadline. And let's talk about why. So first and foremost, my proposed trade for this for this deal here is the Boston Celtics getting Mason Plumlee and then the Hornets getting Payton Pritchard and Danilo Gallinari. The math works, the salary works, and I think both fits for the main players involved is Pritchard and Plumlee works also. So first, me and the Celtics kind of been on the same wavelength of how we view the team, right? And I say that because prior to the season starting during the off season, I did a prediction video on Blake Griffin going to the Celtics. Now that did happen. About 2 weeks later, after my video, Blake was signed. So cool, perfect. I did another video on the Celtics signing another big man, and it was Dwight Howard or Hassan Whiteside. Now, neither one of those well, it was the same video, but neither one of those moves happened. But I think the Celtics see that they needed another big man. Now, I say that because even back in my Blake Griffin video, saying him going to the Celtics, I said that Blake Griffin was a direct kind of insurance policy or no, a similar player to Al Horford. Stretch four, stretch five, who can rebound, pick and pop, a little handle, solid defense. You know what I mean? He's very similar to Al Horford, right? But there's no similar center behind Robert Williams. Big guy, forcing in the interior, shot blocker, strong rebounder, stuff like that. That's why I thought Howard or Hassan Whiteside might fit the bill. Now Plumlee isn't quite that, but he gives you some of those things where you won't miss Williams as much if he's off the floor or in case of him being injured. Same as last year. Last year you had Horford a little banged up and you had Williams hurt. So I think the Celtics see where they need help at, and I think Plumlee is the right man for the job. Honestly, he's a good overall player. He can run the floor well, decent defender, decent shot blocker, strong rebounder. I think that's all they need for the Celtics squad. He would be the backup center, and also just like I said, an insurance policy in case Williams or Horford goes down. Then you have Blake and Plumlee, who want the best, you know what I mean? But it is something that could two patchwork players who could definitely keep the squad going on defense and on offense in certain moments, right? Now on to the Hornets. I like this move for them as well. And you look at the Hornets roster, and you look at all the rumors that's going around. They potentially might trade most of their veteran players, like Plumlee, Rozier, Oubre, maybe even PJ Washington, right? So I'm banking on them trading Rozier, and that's where Payton Pritchard comes in at. Both of them, Rozier and Payton aren't quite the same player, but they're very, very similar. Two shoot first combo guards, both of those guys 6'1". I think if you trade Rozier, if the Patriots trade, not Patriots, if the Hornets trade Rozier, that leaves an open combo guard spot for Peyton Pritchard. Now, I don't think he'll start right away if the move happens. You do have James Boutnight there, who's been there for a couple of years now. He might get the nod early on, but he's not really a legit NBA player either yet. He's still trying to find his game, trying to stick in the league also. I think after a month or so, once Pritchard gets his foot in the system, all that stuff, he could fill in, either the 6-man spot or possibly even take over after a couple weeks to a month or so if Boutnight isn't playing great in that role of starting combo guard beside LaMelo Ball. Because if you look at the Hornets, they've had no problem playing Rozier and Ball since Ball been in the leagues last 3 or 4 years. What 3 years, right? I think for Ball. Rozier's been beside him the entire way. You know what I mean? First it was Devontae Graham, another 6'1", 6'2" combo guard, shoot first combo guard. So they had no problem doing it. And as I said earlier, Peyton Pritchard kind of gives you a young Rozier, Portman, Terry Rozier type vibe. As I said, shoot first combo guard. So that move makes sense, honestly. And honestly, Peyton Pritchard, he knows his time is coming. If you look at what he said on the Andre Iguodala podcast, maybe not too long ago, I forgot when the time frame was, but he said himself though, he's probably gonna be a free agent and he's gonna look somewhere next offseason where he can find a new home and grow and get some playing time. Because A guy like Pritchard and all young guys. You see it with Moses Moody, with Kaminga, with even Wiseman, and other young guys on other title contending teams. It's tough to get consistent minutes. It is. Being a vet is kind of tough. You get moved around, traded a whole lot, but you also know your job. Guys like Pritchard, Moody, Kaminga, Wiseman, the list goes on. All those young guys on contending teams, they don't know what they don't know yet. You know what I mean? So they're still learning. They're still trying to find their own role. And some guys are even are trying to stick in the league long term. Trying to help your team win a ring is cool, but you want the money, you want the fame, you want the long, you know, the long financial stability for your family. And that's what some guys are still trying to balance on these contending teams. I'm not saying Pritchard, just some young guys. You know what I mean? So it's tough to find a sticking spot on these contending teams. And when the Celtics traded for Brogdon this past offseason, I already knew, Payton Pritchard's time is going to be limited, or he's going to be traded pretty soon. And his time has been very erratic. He'll get 10 minutes here, 5 minutes here, 3 minutes here, 20 minutes, 12 minutes, 15, 17, 3, 5, 7. He's not getting consistent minutes and consistent moments to grow while on the court. And I could definitely see him sticking on long term with the Hornets. There's a good situation there. As I said, they like smaller guards, and even if he doesn't be the starter for the long term, because there is, the Hornets are definitely in position to either draft Victor Wembanyama or Scoot Henderson. And Scoot Henderson obviously is a combo guard, just like LaMelo, so they're gonna be in the backcourt together. But Pritchard, I could definitely see being a 6-man, 7-man off the bench for a team like the Hornets, who are still young, who are gonna get even younger. You know what I mean? So with possibly trading Rozier, Plumlee, Washington, all those guys. So it's gonna be fun to see what happens at the trade deadline. I think this move honestly fits both teams personally. Um, as I said, Plumlee fits behind Robert Williams pretty well, and then Payton Pritchard gets a new home, gets a fresh start. And look, LaMelo Ball loves shooters. If you surround shooters with LaMelo Ball, he's gonna pass you the ball. He's not a ball hog. He's not stingy. He's gonna get you the rock. And Terry Rozier just jacks up shots. You put Payton Pritchard in the same spot, I think you can get some similar numbers. I really, really do. I really do. Maybe not the Terry Rozier 15 to 17 points per game, but you might get 11 to 14, somewhere in that range. That's not bad for a second year guy who's still trying to find his footing. So I can see going this way, honestly. Another option for the Celtics, Jakob Poeltl from the Spurs. I think no to that, honestly, because the Spurs kind of overvalue him. They're trying to trade him away for about 2 first-round picks. Now, 2 first-round picks to the Celtics really are overvalued second-round picks, or glorified second-round picks. They should be late first-rounders. The Celtics should be at least in the Eastern Conference Finals the next couple years. Or at least that's their big goal. So they could go Podol. He is younger, but in that case, Podol and Plumlee will both be free agents this offseason. So either way it goes don't really matter. But I think Plumlee, the more veteran, the more versatile guy, more quicker of feet in my opinion. You know what I mean? But Podol's a better shot blocker, a little stronger rebounder, but not as mobile in my opinion as Plumlee. So I like both, but I will stick with Plumlee personally. But either way it goes, the Celtics, if they do get a big man, either one of those two guys mentioned, they should be fine. You know what I mean? So that's it for the video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next time.